Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Delaney Rossetti.
And I'm Brandon Carpico. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Lincoln Sports Zone.
How's tennis season going so far?
It's going really well, and congrats again on a great season, Delaney.
Thanks. Now let's head into our main event.
The girls lacrosse team has had a great start to the season.
They sure have. The girls took on Buckeye Valley on Tuesday night, winning 21-1.
The top scorers were Katie Strebe, Hannah Young, and Addie Haynes.
Our very own Avery Hall went out to the field, and she's here with the highlights.
The Gahanna Lady Lions lacrosse team hosting the Buckeye Valley Barons in a season opener for the Lions. It was a scoring barrage for the Lions in the first half, with goals by Kenzie Strebe, Addie Haynes, Samantha Hank, Olivia Hall, Addison Gore, Hannah Young, and Lily Sanchez, finishing off the first half with a 15-point lead. Less than 4 minutes into the second half, Addison Gore passes the ball to Angel Chrisman. Chrisman comes in with a crease roll and makes the point, leaving the score 16-0. With 17 minutes remaining in the game, Addie Haynes takes on an 8-meter shot and scores, leaving the score 18-0. With 6 minutes left in the half, Ariam Goydam scores the 20th point in the game with an 8-meter shot, giving the Lions a 20-point lead. With only 3 minutes left in the game, Hannah Young catches a pass and takes a shot from the 10-yard line. She makes the shot, leaving the final score 21-1.
It feels really good to come out here and take a big win over Buckeye Valley. First game of the season, first home game. We've been working really hard over the past few weeks. We put everything we've learned into use, all the conditioning, all the Saturday practices. It's really paid off. Looking forward to our next game next week against DeSales. So just ready to get into it.
This game brought so much momentum for us. Everybody got shots off. Everybody got goals. It's a confidence booster for us, and it's going to help us continue out and do good this season.
Great job, ladies. Now let's turn our attention over to the boys. They have every reason to celebrate because they hosted Big Walnut on Friday and took the win with a score of 7-5. Some key players to this win were Tyler Brochar with 4 goals, Cole Gervais with 2 goals, Caleb Mason with 1, and Brecken Parsons protecting the cage with 13 saves. Not only was this a great performance by the Lions, but it was also their first home win for some of the seniors on the team, and they are now 2-0 after their win over. We caught up with some of the players after the Big Walnut game.
This is the seniors' first home game ever since being here. This is truly remarkable. We went in the halftime up, and we just never let up. And,
I'll see ya.
Just get the dub next week against Marysville away.
It was crazy. I'm a senior. It's my first time ringing that victory bell at the
Yeah!
So good! Let's go like that!
Great job against Marysville.
Spring sports are underway here at Gahanna.
And the boys lacrosse team is definitely off to a great start.
In fact, they're feeling a little optimistic after a tough season last year.
Our Michael Zetman takes a closer look at how they're getting ready to continue this winning streak.
Here's Michael.
It's officially spring, and that means that Lincoln's spring sports are underway. Players and coaches are eager to get out there and compete, but one team wants to get off to a hot start and show that they belong. The boys lacrosse team is coming off of a rough season. Last year, they finished with a record of 1-15, seeded 17th, and they finished last in the standings. A season like this can get in the head of the players and the coaches. It can make them sad, it can make them angry, or it can motivate them more for next season. But head coach Colin Blaney has one straightforward goal for his players this season: just win more games.
Like I said, with us growing on the talent that we had last year, my expectation is that as a team, if I'm being frank, we really hope to win more games. But as a coach and leader of young men, the expectation is that these guys grow up and be leaders and really take responsibility in what they're doing and how hard they're working. And the fun part about being a coach is seeing that translate to wins and translate to success on the field.
Like all high school sports, the consistent loss of seniors each year can affect a team in multiple different ways. Younger players on the team view the seniors as role models, brothers, and leaders. But losing seniors at the end of the year means the juniors will follow in their footsteps and shift into that role the next year. And senior Caleb Mason knows that they'll lead the younger guys, and some of the younger players have even stood their own.
Seniors, we try to make a good environment for the younger guys, try to coach them up and all this other stuff. We do have some freshmen up there on the varsity squad, and we try to get those JV guys the looks and all that other stuff and give them the reps. But overall, we just try to we're brothers in the end.
With the new season now underway, the players have a chance to clear their heads and get their minds right. It's an opportunity to forget about last year's issues and focus on the new season with a clean slate. The players have been extremely motivated all offseason, and they want to get back to relevance. But what exactly did they do to prepare this offseason?
Personally, changing from deep hole to goalie, I made some heavy changes. I started, just conditioning changed a lot for me, and like my mental state. Goalie requires a lot of mentality, so I felt like I did good on that. Mainly, we run because we run a lot in our sport. That's it. For the conditioning a lot, and then we did the weightlifting over the summer and the off season, and then we're working on stick skills so we can get better at passing, ground balls, basic stuff like that, and we're just trying to prepare as hard as we can over the season.
The boys are currently 2-0 on this season, and they aren't finished yet. I'm Michael Zeitman in the Zone.
Thanks, Michael. Speaking of lacrosse, we are joined by one of the key members of our boys lacrosse team.
I think you're right.
Good morning, Javon.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Today I'm here with Brecken Parsons, varsity lacrosse goalie. Brecken, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So being 2-0, I know in the previous years you haven't really had the chance or the opportunity to do this. How are you feeling about it?
Like from last year, we had a really tough season. So, going 2-0 this season really helps us a lot. It brings us confidence, especially for the upcoming season. And, hopefully we can continue the streak.
And having a hockey background, does that correlate with lacrosse at all? Does it help you?
Hockey and lacrosse are pretty similar sports, so I believe me playing hockey really contributes a lot to the skill on the lacrosse, especially with most of our team being hockey players. It really helps us out in becoming a better team. That can also help us this season.
And playing at the varsity level with the deep hole last year, I know this is a huge change up for you, actually stepping into the crease and protecting. How does this feel?
I played goalie in middle school, but I had an injury where I had to step out. But, deep hole was fun, and I really enjoyed it. But, stepping in the goalie is a big role, and it was very important for the team. So I'm glad to do that, and I'm glad to support my brothers out there and hopefully continue the streak this season.
I'm happy to hear it, Brecken. Thank you. You can come see Brecken and all the other boys play this Tuesday against Owens Angie. Back to the sports desk.
Thanks, Javon. Congrats, Brecken, on the start to the season. Baseball is in full swing.
After a long off-season practicing in the gym, the boys are ready to take the field and play actual games.
So what are the strengths of this year's Lions baseball team?
We caught up with a couple of our senior captains and asked them that question.
Here are captains Maddox Burnworth and Braden Reed with the information.
We have a lot of depth. We've got a lot of guys that can play a lot of positions. Our pitching rotation is really deep, which is a huge advantage this year. I feel like that's something that we struggled with last year, but it's definitely an advantage this year. We have a lot of seniors this year, and unlike some other schools, all of us grew up together playing baseball, so we all know each other, and everyone's got a really tight connection, and we got a great bond with the team.
The whole team gets along really well together, especially the seniors, but the sophomores from this year, they were freshmen last year, and we kind of took them under our wing, and now we have a stronger bond than we did last year.
Thanks, guys. Softball season has officially begun, and with a new coach and leadership from the upperclassmen, a bright future awaits the team. Our Edmund Baker has 1 minute with junior Wade Tadako.
Hi, I'm Edmund Baker, and I'm here with varsity softball player Ray Tadako. Ray, what are you looking forward to this season?
So this season, I'm really looking forward to bonding with my team. A lot of the senior leadership has pulled through, and just being able to have that connection and energy before the games. We have a whole new coaching staff, so really just getting that connection and building a better bond.
That's nice. That's nice. What have you guys done to prepare for this season?
So we've incorporated lifting and strength training. I think that's a big thing this year. And almost every day of the week, we go out, we lift with Emerson. So that's really helped us. And then going out and practice, we practice live and situational. And that just helps us connect energy and just build a bigger team together.
All right. Lastly, what is your pregame rituals?
So I'm really superstitious. Before games, I have to listen to music. I listen to a lot of 21 Savage and just Drake in general. It really gets me pumped. And then I have to have a good drink, eat some food, and then I get locked in for the game.
All right, that's all. Back to the news desk.
The track season is off and running, and the Lions are ready to compete after a successful indoor track season. But there are some barriers that come up during the season that are out of their control, and the main one is the ever-changing, inconsistent weather. Both the guys and girls track teams are looking forward to running outside in some nicer weather, including an upcoming meet in Myrtle Beach, and they can't wait.
Our coach is really good about working around the weather. Like, we get some of the work in that we miss in like bulk in one day. So let's say like it rains on Wednesday, the day before we'll get all of our work in that we need on Tuesday or Thursday.
During Myrtle Beach, we're just going down there to see where we're at right now. First outdoor meet, building off of what we did during indoor season, so I'm excited for this meet. We were supposed to have a meet Saturday, but you know, the cold and snow in Youngstown, we're not going to be running there to prevent, you know, muscle pulls, injuries. So far the weather has been nice for us.
Thanks, guys. Our boys' tennis season is just now starting, and they have their first state match day at Mount Vernon. As they are preparing for their season, our own Brandon Carpico wanted to catch up with his teammate, junior co-captain Quinn Smith, to talk about the upcoming season. Here's 1 minute with Quinn Smith. Hi, I'm Brandon Carpico, and I'm joined here with Quinn Smith, co-captain of the varsity boys tennis team. How have you stepped into that role as the season is now underway?
Well, just helping everyone out, getting everyone ready at the beginning of practice, stretched and ready to play our best.
And you have 3 coaches on the varsity team, Coach Schwinnen, Coach Jordan, Coach Dashner. How have they been able to get the best out of everybody that's on the team and really push everybody forward?
Well, I think with their combined experience between all of them, especially Jordan, they really just know how to help our game where it lacks.
And one final question here, Quinn. You have a young team this year. Last year there was 5 seniors that graduated. Now it's a young team. How is it different, and what are some of the advantages and disadvantages of that?
So last year was just a whole nother dynamic with 5 seniors. This year we have to step up our game a little bit, have everyone who's not as ready to play get ready to play for the season.
Thanks, Quinn, and I'm going to send it back to the sports desk.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Delaney, I think we have someone else on set with us today.
I think you're right. Good morning, Lily.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
What do you have for us today?
Well, the boys volleyball squad is gearing up for another OCC title run this year. But this season, there's a slight change to their lineup. The Lions have a new head coach. She has been working hard to prepare the Lions for another title run. Our Liam O'Brien takes a deeper dive into their preparation. Here's Liam.
After 18 years, there's finally a new face at the head of the men's volleyball team here at Gahanna. New head coach Katie Knoll. Although she has coached a wide variety of positions and skill levels, this spot seems like a perfect fit for her.
I think it was a great step for the program. She knows what Mike Sage, who was a previous coach, wants. She knows how to develop players really well. I would say most freshmen are really lucky to have her as a coach because she knows the fundamentals so well and she knows how to explain them very well. She's been here so long. She went to school here. She knows what the school wants out of the program, and she only wants the best for the kids. So,
I've been part of this program for like pretty much 12 years, coaching for the last 7 with the previous coaches. We've always said, we don't like rebuild, we reload. So I'm not really concerned at all. I know the guys are hungry for it again, and so they're going to continue to fight for it this year.
With her reputation for pushing players to become their very best, many current and past athletes who have been coached by her agree that her grit and determination really sets her apart from other coaches.
I think she knows the right times to be strict and the right times to be more interactive with the players and kind of more friendly. It seems like she has a good knowledge of just volleyball in general and what should be going on, where it should be going on.
I like that she doesn't always take it easy on us. When we walked in, we had 2 girl coaches. We were like, oh, it's volleyball, we're just here to have fun. It's a participation sport. There was conditioning after conditioning, but she gave us everything we needed to succeed, but also we had to put in that extra work, and when she noticed that, she would reward us.
Fueled by ambition and a new perspective, Coach Knoll and her team are ready to hit the ground running this season, striving for success.
I think honestly what I'm most excited for is it's not really a lot is going to change. Being with Mike Sage and Chris Griecar for the last 7 years and being able to learn under them has been a huge benefit and asset to me, and has made me into the coach that I am today and has allowed me to take over the program. So, being under their leadership and under their coaching style and kind of developing my own from that leads me to be really excited about the program and know that not a ton is going to change for us, and just going to continue on the competitive and tradition that we have here.
While taking over such a large and successful program may seem like a stressful and hard challenge, Coach Knoll does not seem fazed by it.
We pride ourselves here with the boys volleyball program of having just really good kids and really quality kids in the program, so it's not something that I'm scared of, but it's just a new, different thing for sure.
For some, this may seem like the end of an era, but it is truly the birth of something greater. This is Liam O'Brien in The Zone.
Thanks, Liam, and good luck this season. One family here at Lincoln has a special relationship. They've left a long legacy in Gahanna athletics and exemplified Gahanna pride in their everyday lives. They're very big members of the community, and our own Jaden Cohey takes a full look at their story. Here's Jaden.
One pride, one family is a phrase used often in Gahanna to describe the supportive and connected community that we have. This phrase goes no farther than this literal family, the Bakers. With 2 parents, Jay and Monica, and 5 sons, they use athletics as a way to bring their family together.
That's huge. Obviously, with 5 of them and 4 have now, after this year, graduated. It's huge. We're a huge sports family. So, of course, it has a huge impact. The coaches have a huge impact. And it's definitely something that kind of drives our family.
Both parents make sure to emphasize to their kids that supporting each other and creating a bond is vital for success.
We definitely encourage the boys to support each other by reaching out when they have a big game. We talk about positives that happened. What were your challenges? What are you going to work on for this week? We talk about goals. We have them, the big boys, kind of talk to the younger boys about their experiences when they were playing at the high school level. They have each other to kind of work through tough things with.
Their hard work and dedication to their sports, from football and baseball to basketball and track, have led the brothers to having great athletic careers.
Being an athlete in Gahanna has been awesome for me personally. I've made so many good bonds with coaches and friends, and now I consider family friends. Coach Warren Emerson have always preached academics first. Student athlete, student comes before the athlete. Because you always have to have the grades to play, and that's what my family's preached too. So it's been awesome. People come out to watch you play, they pay to see you play, and it's just an amazing feeling.
It's great. It's like what first one in my family to really go through it and do it. I think I kind of paved the way there, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Something that's really special to us to this day. So it was cool to be the first. It was great. I had a lot of friends that's grew up doing community type of teams and everything, that when you get to the high school level, that's kind of what you hope for growing up all those days.
This kind of legacy, with a past coach for a dad and multiple brothers having been captains, can cause pressure and stress to be the best.
It impacts me because I know that they expect me to be a captain, and I'm going to work hard to do that.
I'm not going to lie, as an athlete first, going in there freshman, my top 2 brothers have been captains already. Kale was a 2-time, Luke was a captain, so there's a lot of stress on me, and Emerson and Ward always messed with me, like, oh, if you're not going to be a captain, like, you're going to be the first one, so that put a lot of pressure on me, but I really enjoyed it. It kind of made me have to, stick up for myself and really create and find something in me that I didn't think that I had at the time, so that was a very good journey.
Even though at times some tough love is necessary, they want nothing but the best for each other.
It's awesome. Again, once I'm the one that kind of started that, they've kind of kicked it up a notch, and 2 of them have been 2-time captains. So it's been awesome to have that leadership and stick around here, and I've been blessed to be a fan of theirs as well as their older brother.
Family means everything to me. Obviously, we really try and humble each other. We're really hard on each other when it comes to athletics, obviously. It goes down, like Luke was really hard on me, Kale was really hard on Luke, Blake on Kale, and I give Jack some tough love sometimes, but it's just going to make him better in the long run.
With a family like this, not only do they bring out the best in Gahanna athletics, but also the best in each other. Because the number one fan you can have is family. This is Jaden Cohey in The Zone.
Thanks, Jaden. Well, that's all for me. Now back to Brandon and Delaney at the news desk.
Thanks, Lily.
Well, there are a bunch of sports going on here at Lincoln, but what about sports outside of Lincoln?
That's exactly what our Outside Zone is here to talk about.
Here's this week's episode of the Outside Zone.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined with Michael, Keegan, and Aiden here. Let's jump right into it. So, first weekend of March Madness is in the books. Keegan, we'll start with you. What team most impressed you?
I'm going with the Tar Heels out of North Carolina. They played really well to end the season, made a good run in the ACC tournament. Obviously, Kind of tore apart Coach K's farewell bid at Cameron Indoor, but they're on a roll. I love the way they're playing.
All right, and Michael, what about you? What team caught your eye?
You know, I got to go with St. Peter's. They ruined a lot of people's brackets. You know, 2 upsets. I think that they can still go. I think they got a chance to keep going, and they definitely surprised a lot of people.
Michigan, I love the way they're playing, especially Frankie Collins. He's penetrating, kicking out shooters. I think he could get all Big Ten first-team honors next year.
Me personally, I've been really impressed with Miami. I mean, dismantling Auburn like that, former #1 team in the nation. You know, I thought that was just really impressive display there, and heading to Sweet 16 as a 10 seed. Switching gears, what team do you guys have your eye on that not many people are really looking at to win it all?
You know, I got the Bruins, UCLA. They're on fire, firing all cylinders. Johnny Juzang, of course, leading the show there. They're doing well. Good bounce-back game against St. Mary's after a little bit of a rough game against Akron, but I think they're on a roll. They got a really good path to get to the championship.
Michael?
You know, I feel like a team no one's really been talking about is Texas Tech. I feel like they've kind of gone under the radar. I think they got a good shot. You know, they've definitely impressed some people, but I feel like they've kind of been, you know, not the topic of everyone's discussions.
Aiden, what about you?
Houston, they can defend. Kelvin Sampson's got something good, really good going on down there. I think they got a bright future, and I think they can beat Arizona.
You know, I really like Villanova. I feel like they're not getting a whole lot of attention in that South region. Everyone's talking about Arizona. I think Villanova's got a bunch of veteran leadership. Jay Wright's been there, done that before. I like Villanova to come out of that region. And lastly, switching sports here, the NFL, big news, free agency, Deshaun Watson to the Browns. Keegan, as a Browns fan, how do you like the move?
You know, as a Cleveland supporter, I mean, it's a lot of money. It's actually a really, large amount of money. So hopefully he doesn't take that suspension or whatever they're talking about, and he plays like he did back in Houston, and I'm sure by the end of it I'll be fine with it, but it is a really large amount of money.
Michael, with a non-biased opinion?
I mean, I think obviously he's a great quarterback, you know, one of the top quarterbacks in the league, but I feel like the Browns needed this. I mean, obviously his future is questionable, but Baker Mayfield's been inconsistent, and I think this is going to do good things for the Browns.
Aiden, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and I'd put him up with Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. I think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. This Browns roster is obviously looking to win, so I really like the move. I think it's a step they needed to take.
Yeah, and me personally as a Browns fan, I mean, it's a good win now move. Giving up the draft capital we did, if we don't win now, this is it now, so yeah, that's about it. And that's it for this week's episode of The Outside Zone. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, guys. Well, Lincoln, we have come to the end of our show.
We won't see you guys for another 2 weeks.
But have a great rest of your day, Lincoln, and enjoy your spring break.
And go Lions.